Hey everybody, it's Where to Fish, and we're in Guelph right now at Riverside Park, and we're just gonna check out this area here. I've never been here before, but we'll take a look at the riverside here. I forget what the name of this river is. I think it might be the Speed River, but we'll find out. I think there's a few shore fishing areas, so I just got out of the car and it's not too far of a walk, and we're already at our first spot here. So this one here looks like you're gonna have to be careful going down here. And look at all these fishes here. There's a lot of tiny minnows, so maybe there's a big fish here. So we'll do a first cast. I have my rod set up already, and I'm just using this little tiny jig with a little end tail of a plastic minnow and a slip float. So we're gonna do a quick cast and see if we're gonna get a bite here. Okay, so let's see if we get any nibbles. What I'm hoping to catch today is possibly crappie and bass. Maybe there's a crappie sitting underneath this tree area here. So if there's tiny minnows, that means it's a possibility that that is the large fish source of food. So we'll keep casting around, see if there's anything here. And so far, no nibbles. Yeah, I forgot to bring my polarized glasses. That helps a lot with seeing through the water. And I'm gonna cast it out further into the middle. I just like to move the bait a bit, just to entice the fish to bite or chase. So no nibbles. So at the end of this river, if you see the bridge over there, there's another spot for the park. And I've been in that area before, but this is my first time along the riverside here, on the north side. I think the last time I was over there, I saw some bass swimming, but I didn't catch anything. Let's adjust this bobber stopper to make it more shallow. Yeah, so far nothing. I don't know, maybe I'm in the wrong spot, or maybe they're more in the middle of the river, or maybe they're closer to the dam area over there. But yeah, so this is one possible spot you can try fishing. If I'm not gonna catch anything, I'm gonna go more on the north side and see if there are more shore spots that I can check out. But just reeling in, I don't see any fish following it. So we may need to move spots. Let's try it one more time here. I think the best spots are usually close to a lot of weed and vegetation, or any like structure, like tree trunks and stuff like that. Usually the fish like hanging around those spots. It's just a good place for them to hide, or to ambush their prey. Usually crappie like to stick around the area. So I don't see any nibbles here. Nothing yet. And I think I'm gonna just quickly go to their spot here. So let's wrap it up here and walk over to another spot. So I'm just gonna hold it here. So that's a little bit of a little tiny hill going down. So just gonna keep walking north of the path here. Yeah, I've only fished Guelph a few times. There's other spots that I like to add to my bucket list. Um, I forget the name of that place. It might be Guelph Lake or something like that, or Reservoir or something like that. So that's one spot I want to check out. And then there's like the downtown area. They have the Speed River. That's another spot I want to check out. Yeah, I wonder if there's another spot I can fish here. It looks like there is. Hopefully it's not too steep going down. Looks like someone had a barbecue here or a fire pit. So you also have to be careful and look around your surroundings in case there's any sharp objects or like needles and stuff. So right now I'm just looking at the area here. I see a trunk right there, but it's pretty shallow, so I don't know if there's any fish around here. You might have to cast further in deeper water. Someone made a comment on my last video saying, what's wrong with your rod, right? So yeah, it is broken at the tip. It should be longer than this. It's funny how someone noticed. I'm getting bitten by mosquitoes here. So nothing biting here. Yeah, I can still fish with it. It's my telescopic rod. I can fit it into a small bag if I'm like if I'm commuting in, if I'm fishing in like urban areas where I don't want people to see me walk around with a long fishing rod. And yeah, I'm getting bitten by mosquitoes. So it doesn't look like anything here. It's really shallow. Yeah, anyways, maybe you gotta cast further out. If you're into like carp fishing or something like that, you can just chill here and just let your line sit in the water in the middle. I'm gonna try casting further out. So there's nothing really close to the shoreline here. Maybe it's deeper right in the middle. Yeah, I didn't wear any mosquito spray. I'm getting bitten. And I think you also have to watch out for what do you call it, ticks, right? So those are pretty common now in the area, all over Ontario actually. So you gotta be careful with ticks as well. I didn't wear long pants, so yeah, I just gotta make sure nothing jumps on my leg. Yeah, this is another thing about like fishing is you gotta be careful, and especially in bushy, tall grass areas. Yeah, so it doesn't look like I'm getting any bites, which is fine. Like, I'm still gonna post this video just to show like where you can fish. Maybe I'm not doing a good job finding the fish, or maybe it's just a spot, right? So, anyways, if you're probably from this local area, you probably know the best spots. And obviously, I'm not going to like reveal any secret spots or anything. Just more like those public spaces where anyone can have access to, especially if you have kids. If you want to fish, find a spot. And yeah, like nothing's biting right now. Yeah, so I don't expose like honey holes or anything. Just more like public spaces that anyone can just look up if they Google it or look on the map. Like, I don't go venture into like like hard to find places and reveal like all the spots. I don't do that. Yeah, and everyone knows that like if you find something really nice, you don't want to reveal the spot to everyone, because some people abuse fishing. Some people just take everything home and trash the place. So anyways, I'll do a few casts there, and then we're gonna check out the south end of the river. There's another spot which I will check out after, and maybe I'll stitch it to this video. So yeah, this is just basically me checking out the spots. I don't see anything here. There's a lot of minnows, which is a good sign. I don't know what kind of fish they are, but it doesn't look like bass or anything. Just yeah. All right, let me just quickly walk over here and see if there's any other spots. I guess a good thing to look out is for benches. Usually benches have like a area to sit in front of the water. And what does this say here? This is a naturalization area. Okay. Doesn't say that you can't fish here. I'm not gonna walk too far. If I don't see any other spots, I'm gonna stop the video and then stitch anything else is here. Okay, it doesn't look like there's any other spots over there. Make sure I don't. Let's walk on the right side in case we have anyone biking here. Okay, it looks like we're going closer to the main road here, and I don't see any other spots. So let's just stop here. And yeah, you can see that you can park on the side over here. If you go further, there's a baseball diamond and washroom in case you need to find a spot to use a washroom. And yeah, so I'm gonna just quickly end this video. Maybe I'll walk more south to the other side. All right, so we are on the south side of Riverside Park, and this is where the bridge is. It's a little water pump house here. It looks like it's a washroom. So yeah, it's a washroom. And then you can park on the streets on the side here. Just follow the signs, and just gotta read all the different rules of what you can do and what you can't do at this park. So it says no jumping off the bridge, no climbing, dismount from the bicycle. Yeah, it's a really nice park here. Got a lot of nice flowers along this bridge. And you got the river flowing down. It's really nice. You want to have a picnic with your family or friends, or just have a nice bike ride. So the spot where I'm going to be fishing is basically just right to the right here. So you can see the park over there, nice river on the side flowing down. So the spot I'm fishing is just right here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just stand over here, and then just gotta be careful not to fall over or anything. Be aware of your surroundings, because you don't know if there's any people that might be bad characters or under the influence. So yeah, you gotta be careful with that. Just look around. So I'm gonna do one quick cast over here, just see if there's anything biting, and just gotta make sure my phone doesn't fall in the water. That would be a disaster. So I don't see any fish following it. Just gonna cast out deeper. The last time I was here, there was more vegetation. Like I don't see any vegetation here. It's pretty clear here. Right now, nothing's following it. I can see through the water right now, so there's no fish going after it. Yeah, the last time I came here, I didn't catch anything, so maybe I might have better luck today. Okay, nothing's here, so I'm gonna just move to the shaded area over there. I'm just gonna double check my camera mount so it doesn't fall. I'll put my bag down right here, stand in the shade. Yeah, I hear like a lot of water flow here, so maybe fish might be hanging around this area or along the wall here. Okay. And nothing is biting. Okay, so the next step, what I do is, if nothing is biting, I need to adjust the bobber stopper here so it can go deeper. So I'm gonna, that looks about like maybe 3 feet. down. So I'm gonna hop right over again. I'm gonna cast closer to the middle here. And then you see the bobber just lay flat, and then it will stick straight up when the bait falls all the way down. Okay. So yeah, this is one of the spots you can fish. I don't recommend fishing anything south of the bridge because it's all shallow water. I don't think there's any fish there. I think most of them are probably just north of the bridge that we just walked by. And yeah, so far nothing. Nothing is nibbling it. I'm gonna cast over more to the shade here. Maybe some fish are hanging here. No nibbles. And the setup I have right now is good for pretty much any fish. It could be bluegill, crappie, bass. If none of those are biting, then it's not really a good sign of a fishing spot. Or maybe you need to switch up to live bait depending on the circumstance here. So let me just cast it out over here for now. Yeah, I don't think I've seen any videos of this area for fishing, and maybe for that reason is because you can't really, it's hard to catch fish. I'm sure there's fishing here. It's just like your method of fishing, whether you want to catch carp or some like catfish or something like that. And yeah, nothing is really nibbling here. I'd be surprised if there's a fish that bites right now or a nibble. Yeah, like I said, there's no vegetation in this area, right? And fish like to gravitate towards more vegetation. You see that log right across from there? That's maybe a lot of bass could be hiding there. Or that fallen tree right down there. I'm not sure if you can see it right there, pointing at it. It could be bass there or crappie. Like this side of the river doesn't seem like a good place for fish to hide because it's just right out in the open, right? So you need vegetation, structure. Yeah, so far nothing. Maybe I'm not fishing deep enough. Maybe they're deeper. So what we could do is keep adjusting the slip float. So that's the best thing about the slip float. It's so versatile. Like you can adjust it anytime to be like more shallow or more deep. Let me just cast it right over here. And yeah, it's all about troubleshooting. Like you can play around with the depth and see how deep you want to set the hook, or how shallow or closer to the top that you want to set it up. So that's the beauty of the slip float bobber setup, right? Yeah. I always like to, target the small fish first just to see, what's hanging around here, right? It'll give me a good idea of how healthy the body of water is. If there's a lot of, sunfish, that's usually a good sign for bass and stuff like that, right? Because right now, nothing is really biting, which is unfortunate, but you know what? There's a reason why it's called fishing, right? And not catching. You're not always catching all the time. But today is beautiful. The weather is nice, beautiful scenery. There's a nice park nearby there. You can bring your kids or have a picnic with friends, or just go, for a walk or a bike ride. Yeah, it's a beautiful city, Guelph. I would say it's an hour and a half away from the downtown core of Toronto. I'm not too far from Guelph, so It only took me close to an hour to get here. Yeah. I don't see anyone else fishing today, so maybe there's a reason why. It's because it's hard to catch fish here. But yeah, I feel like just because you're not catching fish doesn't mean that no one else will catch fish. Maybe someone who's a regular here knows the best spots, where to go, or what bait to use. So that's the beauty of discovering a new spot is, you're just trying to see what works and what doesn't. And it's all problem solving. Yeah. Like my setup right now, it's just perfect for any small fish, right? So it doesn't seem like there's a lot of small fish here or any at all. Maybe I need to go deeper, or maybe I need to go somewhere else, a different spot. But earlier in my video, I went to the north side, and all I saw was small, tiny fish swimming. I didn't see anything chasing my bait, so yeah. I don't even know where this river connects to. I should look it up on the map and see if it connects to a bigger body of water or a lake. Because this river feels really contained, because if you go south of the river past this bridge, there's no way fish can swim back up, right? So it's whatever is north of the bridge is where all the fishes are at. Okay, so yeah, that's just a few casts here. Just waiting for my hook to fall all the way down and then get my bobber to stand straight up like this versus like that. And no signs of nibbles, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. Just enjoy the weather. It's nice and relaxing. It's always good to be close to water, in my opinion. It's really good for the mental health. So when your bobber is laying flat like that, it means that the way your hook is set is too far deep, right? When it's sitting like that, that means you need to make it more. You got to move your bobber starboard down more so it can be more shallow. So let's move it back down, because right now it looks like I have it at like 6 feet deep. Now I brought it back to 2.5 feet right now. Let's cast it out one more time. And another good sign to look out is see any break of water. Could be a fish jumping or splashing. So that's usually a good sign of fish hanging around. Right now I don't see anything. So I may move just down more right there and see what they have. If there's another spot, I can just cast. And I just gotta keep an eye on my phone, because I have to make sure I get my notifications in case someone messages me. So I'm just gonna quickly pause the video here, and then I'll continue it in case I find another spot.